There we go.
Yeah. So I need to invite the others. Uh, it's a bit funny. Uh, I see here there's a host and guest. I can invite another host.
Okay, honey. Okay, honey. Yeah, because we want to do like a co-host thing.
But I don't see your name. Maybe it's because you're not friends, is it?
Oh, I think we are. Maybe we're not. Let me see. Hey, everybody that's joining us. We're just trying to get this thing figured out. We're trying to co-host together. If anybody out there knows that can give us a hand.
Host. I'm the host. So invite send.
Yeah, I know we're getting a lot of tired. Well, you know what? Let's we can just continue on, Alex, and we'll just talk a little bit about why we're doing this live.
Yeah. Um. Before we start, I need to add the uh add the two in. I can't see Anthony. Is Anthony here?
I didn't see him on there. Hmm. Oh, I see Anthony on there now. Anthony just joined.
Okay. Yeah.
Here's Anthony. Hey, Anthony, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Just trying to figure this thing out. Hold on. I don't know why the picture's not coming up.
It's quite new.
It's connecting.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh, here we go. All right. There we are. What is
what
going on? What's up,
I
Alex?
don't
What's
know,
up,
man.
Al?
It's an explosion today for me, brothers.
I saw that, brother. I saw that,
yeah.
man. I of course I went out and emulated it, but mine's nowhere getting the reach yours is.
You know, this was my third attempt on that one too.
I
Hey,
think I did
Guys,
one before.
I found out that for TikTok, right now they are doing search SEO,
Yeah.
search engine targeting. Whenever I do a video, I look at the keywords. They will search by that particular keywords you are looking for.
Yeah.
That is mind blowing.
hey,
Yeah, they
Alex,
switched to that.
Alex, hold on just a second,
Yeah.
guys. Sorry. You see that invite for affiliate Tash? That's Natasha. She's part of our. She wanted to join in with us if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm good.
I can't. It's not working for me, so I think you got to do it, Alex.
Who is it? Is it be your
Natasha.
own boss?
What's that? No, it's affiliate Tesh. Oh yeah, I think it's yeah, that's exactly who it is. Be your own boss.
Okay.
Here she is.
Hi, guys.
Hey
Hey,
there.
Tosh.
Where
Hello.
am I? Where am I? There I am.
All
This is
right.
so cool.
It's a live party.
It's a live Wealth Warriors party.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so so yeah, this was my third time, and I got like 1,800 comments. You know, I get home from work the first day at my new job today, and you know, my wife's like, because I've been home with her for the last year, helping her run her daycare, and so I haven't been out in the workforce for over a year. And today was my first day going out, and I told her, I said, well, you know, once this gets going, you know, I'm not going to have to worry about going back out and working. And then all of a sudden this happens. Like, well, maybe this will be a really short job for me.
Hopefully, Al. Hopefully,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, I will start the ball rolling. Then after
All right.
that, L will take over. Then after that, Anthony will continue. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So basically, I will start sharing with the audience how I got started on my online journey. Actually, I started in year 2000. From year 2000 until 2017, I spent my 17 years online. Basically, I tried everything from affiliate marketing, internet marketing, online marketing, all the small high ticket, I all tried. Then in I think in 2017, I came across Legendary Marketer. That was the first high ticket sale I did that year. Then for the whole year, I did a $30,000, and that was the biggest breakthrough I have. And from that breakthrough, I understand my strength. My main strength was in connecting with people. That's my main strength. So I went out there and I got interviewed with a 7-figure mentor. And after we did the interview, I even co-authored a book with him. The book is called Limitless Life. And currently, this book is now selling as a bestseller on Amazon. And this will manage to open up more connection for me to basically connect with other entrepreneurs online. So from that onwards, every time I have new people who are learning through experience, I just share with them. Whatever you do online, keep trying. Because I've been doing it for 16 years, I never quit. I keep trying. That's how I bring success. So for L, is he around?
Yeah, I'm here. I had to go trying to get the kids some dinner and me and to bed, ready for school tomorrow. So yeah, so for me, my journey online especially has only been since really last year, a little over a year ago. My wife had gotten sick from the second COVID shot because we run a daycare at the house. So there was the state kind of required us to get it. Me being in the military, shit, I got the anthrax shots. I got every shot known to mankind, smallpox 1,000 times, whatever. So another shot for me wasn't a big thing, but she got pretty sick. And so I ended up leaving and I had retired from the military a year prior to that. So we went, at that time went from three income streams down to two. And then when she got sick, I left my regular full-time job and came home to take care of her and help her run the daycare. So we went from three down to one income stream within about 6 months of each other. So, that was a shock to the system. Plus, being the man of the family and the provider, it was like, how am I going to, how are we going to survive? And that's when I started looking online. And my first, I don't even remember the first course that I invested in, but it was guy was out of Denver. Merlin Holmes. Merlin Holmes is the guy's name, and I invested into his system, and it was just a bunch of courses, and it really wasn't what I was really thinking should have been for me. So I just kind of put that on the back burner, and then it wasn't until we were down in Florida this past year where I really started looking at what I really wanted to do, and I got that's when I looked into Legendary Marketer and got involved with Legendary Marketer, got their blueprints. It's a great program, but it just doesn't have the one-on-one, face-to-face, or even group coaching that we have, with the Wealth Warriors, which I think at this point now is probably one of the top programs that I can think of out there, especially like Natasha and I were talking on my last live. We could be going through asking questions, and others will ask a question that we're not even thinking about. So we're learning from our peers, not only from our coaches, but from our peers. So then that that's kind of where my journey is now, and I've been, consistently doing what we're supposed to be doing with our our TikToks and Facebook Reels and all that good stuff. So the return on investment is starting to happen, and it's just it's exciting. It's really exciting, especially with what happened today. I never expected, to look at my phone and see 1,800 comments that I need to comment to, and for all those that are on here that are waiting for the comment, it's coming. It's just going to take me a little bit. 1,800. That's it's going to take me a little while, and not only that, but I've had about I've got 10 so far on YouTube and a couple on Instagram. So I've got them coming from every which way, and my mind's like, woo! But it's exciting. It gives me fire, it gives me excitement that this is, this is exactly where I need to be at this particular moment.
That's good.
That's fantastic.
Exciting. All right, my turn, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so my name's Anthony Torres, and I've actually been in affiliate marketing specifically for about 2 years. But my online story goes back a little bit further, and I'll circle back around. Like in 2019, I unfortunately went through a separation and ultimately a divorce after about 11 years of marriage. So for me, going through this experience and then all of a sudden moving out, having to live on my own, I started really thinking, okay, well, what does my future look like now, right? Because prior to that, I had an idea of plans, of future plans with my ex, and as far as what we wanted to build together, and all of a sudden that was gone, right? So, at the time I still have a good paying job, but I realized that that wasn't going to be enough, right? Especially I didn't know where I was going, what was going to happen. And so I said, okay, well, I'm going to need some extra income here, right? Because now it's just me, I'm depending on just myself again. And it had been a long time. Because, when you go for years of having double income, retirement plans, investments, things like that, that most marriages have at some capacity. And all of a sudden, just kind of splitting that all together kind of made me realize, okay, I need a plan. So I started looking at, before the term side hustles became really popular, basically, like, what was I going to do? And I said, okay, well, I had a few choices. One, I could start working a bunch of overtime at work, right? And doing the same job that I didn't necessarily hate, but it wasn't bringing me a lot of joy, right? It's good money, it's a good paycheck, and overtime obviously is really good, but I would just be doing the same thing for more hours and more of my days. Wasn't really giving me anything back of my life. So I started looking around some more, and seeing what was out there, and I actually started driving for a rideshare company for a little while too. I do it on my days off. I do it right after work because at the time I was working late shifts, so I'd get off in time to hit kind of like the bar scenes, and get a lot of those rides. And then on the weekends, and again, I find myself, well, okay, money wasn't great. It was okay, but I was spending hours and hours driving around, not really being what I felt was productive. Right. It was fun. I got to meet people, talk, and I got to see my own city, parts of my city I've never seen before, and kind of, but spending hours in a vehicle was just not what I wanted. And again, it came back to, what was going to free me from that? What was going to give me time and give me freedom? And so then I said, okay, well, let me look at online. Let me see what I can do online, right? Thinking I could do it whenever, in my downtime or whatnot. And what I came to first actually was Amazon FBA. And I don't know if any of you guys ever tried that, looked into it. I actually bought a course, and yeah, and it seems very profitable, and I'm sure a lot, and I know for a fact a lot of people are making really good money with Amazon FBA. But then the more I got into it, it was like, okay, well, one, I had to find a product, and that wasn't easy, right? Because everybody's selling everything on Amazon, and you had to find what they call like the low hanging fruit, right? And then once you kind of figure out what that product, or maybe a few products that you were thinking about doing, well, then you had to create, or you had to make contact with manufacturers, and most of them are in China, right? So then you got to figure out, okay, you got to become this business person as far as like making these deals and figuring out, okay, what's the best price point? Am I going to white label it, right? Am I going to put my own label on something? Now I have to create a logo, I have to create a brand, and then I have to give that to the manufacturer to put that on me, and of course they're going to charge me for all that, right? And then I got to pay to have it shipped back here to the United States, either via ship, sea or air, right? Were the two options. And then once it gets here, I have to pay Amazon to hold on to it for me, because FBA is fulfillment by Amazon, right? So now, and then once I create a store, then anybody who buys it from me, Amazon ships it out, right? That's the easy part. But of course, I'm paying for all this along the way, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't have that budget. I don't have that much like spendable money to even get started. And unfortunately, it wasn't until I actually got into it and the program and all that I realized that. So, bad on me for not doing my research. And TikTok wasn't really around yet, or at least wasn't that big. So of course I couldn't learn from TikTok. But once I did, and funny enough, once I actually got on TikTok, I was introduced by a friend and kind of started checking it out. I kept seeing these things for affiliate marketing, you know, and didn't really know what it was. Started looking it up, and I kept seeing a few different people over and over again, right? And much like you guys, it was the same program. So I said, all right, let me check out this little challenge they got going on, see what that's about, you know. And I did invest a bit more into their blueprint program, kind of like what Al was saying. After a while, I found it for me, and you know, again, I'm not going to knock any program because you can make money doing just about anything and in any program, right? We know that by now. For those of us who've been in this long enough, and people starting off, I guess that's what they're learning, right? They don't know that, and that's what we're trying to help here, is like to avoid those the learning curve, learn from our mistakes, so to speak. What I found was that um, it was a lot of videos to have to comb through before I was able to take any action, right? And maybe it was on me a little bit as far as wanting to get going, wanting to get started, and I just wasn't seeing it, you know. And after about 3 or 4 months, I think I made like maybe $40, and it was all on, you know, the 50% of the $7, right? So, you know, it wasn't adding up. Nobody was going for that high ticket, and you not being able to really promote it is what I felt was really kind of hindering me from moving on, right? Um, you know, the books and things like that's great, but so yeah, so I was just like, okay. And then I started talking to somebody else online, and they started, you know, talking to me about this other program, and I'm really not going to name that program, but I was with that one for about a year because I figured, hey, this is not working. Let me see what this is going to do, you know. And the format for it, and I think if I talk about it long enough, some people might recognize it. And again, I'm not hating on anything. It just didn't work for me. But the format of it was to be on Zoom 24/7. And that meant you every single free moment you had, you were spending on Zoom, right? And it was this group community, which was the great part of it because I got to meet a lot of great people, and I actually got a chance to meet a lot of them in person at one point. And but the learning aspect of it is where again it kind of for me fell off because everything was done live, which was a great draw, right? It's all live training, but it was 2 days out of the week that you got this live training. And really what it was just the creator of the program kind of talking, right? And there was some Q&A involved, but most of the Q&A was because we were inviting people onto these live calls so they could see what it was like, what it was about, and then hopefully they in turn would buy into it, right? And it was two separate programs that they were selling that, but in order to get in one, you had to get the other type of thing, or you could buy the one by itself. So, you know, again, I was with them for about a year, and I learned a lot, especially on Zoom, how you know how to talk, how to close, and things like that. But for a lot of us, I think what we find missing in many of these programs, which I think, you know, I'll get to what Wealth Warriors covers in a lot of this, is that kind of lack of vision, right? Nobody talks about what it's going to look like for you, you know, 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. And not only talk about it, but show you these are the steps you can take. These are what you can do to get there, right? And so eventually I connected with Daniel, and I had actually been following him because him and I and Nate actually started like around the same time, I think it was, right? And so we were in Legendary together and then just kind of staying in contact and following each other. I reconnected with Daniel and got into you know, Jonathan Montoya's Freedom Breakthrough. And right at that same time is when I jumped in with Wealth Warriors. And I got to tell you, right off the bat, I saw the difference, right? Because all of a sudden there's this community, and not just a community, but people who are actually helping each other and explain things, right? So prior to that, I had never done my Facebook profile, right? Because in the other program, they used to tell us not to make it look like everybody else's or not to make it look professional, because then people are going to know that you're an affiliate marketer and they're going to want to talk to you, right? So it was almost in a deceptive manner of like, oh, I'm just a regular guy, but on the underside, I'm an affiliate marketer, right? Which never really made sense to me, because I think the way a lot of us do it now is like, this is who I am, this is what I do, and I'm going to present myself. This is my brand, this is what I'm building. And so, right away jumping into Wealth Warriors, that was one of the first things that we focused on, right? Was getting that profile up and running it, and creating it so it can help you the best it can. And then obviously all the other things we were doing, the TikTok challenge that we did and all this stuff, it really just pushed me. And I think that's what Wealth Warriors brings to the table that I see a lot of other programs and groups don't do, is you have not only two at the beginning, obviously with Nate and Daniel, multi-figure earnings people, but they're regular people. They're not these marketing guru genius guys, right? Now they are, I guess, in a sense, but they came from humble beginnings. Nate, a truck driver, Daniel obviously trying Amazon and his other businesses, and being in debt the way he was, and clawing his way out of it. These were people that kind of paved a way, and were able to now reach back and show you, okay, this is what we did, and not stick necessarily to, okay, that's what we did back then, because obviously we know trends change, and the way we market's going to have to develop and change. And so because they're learning and continuously learning themselves, they're in turn giving that back to us, right? And so it wasn't about being part of people who made $1 million, because that's what this other person I used to follow did. No big deal. Okay, great. But when they don't show you what you need to do, then they're just setting you up for failure ultimately. And you might make some money. Like I said, you could join any program and make money from it. But there's a certain point you're going to get to that you have to look and say, okay, well, where am I growing? What am I learning from here? You show me how to make $1,000, great, but how am I going to learn how to make 10,000 and make 10 into 20, and so on and so forth, right? Consistently, you have to learn how to get those skills and continue to build those skills. Because making my Facebook profile, making my TikTok profile is one thing, making TikTok videos is one thing, but if I just keep doing the same thing and I don't learn and I don't grow from it, then I'm just going to ultimately fail. And I think that's where a lot of people get to a point, especially when they first start out, is they don't have that guidance, and they don't have that view of what it could be. And so they ultimately end up giving up. I mean, I think we all can probably say we've seen countless people just all of a sudden you see them, and then boom, they're gone. Right. And it's like, wow, what happened? You seem like you were doing good, but they just didn't have that backing behind them. I believe that kept pushing them and saying, okay, now you did that, let's do this. And I've had conversations with Daniel. Okay, Anthony, you make great Facebook posts and you have good engagement. You got to start doing lives, right? Put yourself out there. And I'm like, I don't want to. And this is why this was great. Thank you, Alex, and Alan and Tosh for inviting me to this and getting me out of that comfort zone. Because like I was telling Alex real quick in our chat we had, I haven't done a live on TikTok since I think my previous account hit 1,000 followers, which was like in the beginning, like maybe about 2019. And that was after doing follow trains and all that just to get there. And I used to sit there and do lives and I had no idea what I was talking about. I just kind of babbled on for a while. But yeah, so anyways, I'm sorry. That's long story short story long, right? That's me. And that's kind of what I've been going through in my journey so far.
Well, Anthony, that's kind of funny because this is my fourth live. My first one was a flop. I mean, I think I went 6 minutes and I'm like sitting here talking to my camera going, okay, what do I say? What do I do? And then my second one, no, it was the third one, wasn't it, Natasha, that you came on,
Yeah.
and that worked out pretty well. I mean, that went 36 minutes, and her and I were just having a conversation back and forth, and I got like 800 and almost 900 views on that night with one lead out of it. So that these lives, like you were saying, Anthony, it's like, oh man, I don't want to do it. But then, Nathan and Daniel are both saying, you know what, it's gonna blow up when you do it. It's gonna blow it up when you do it. And when we first got on tonight, and I was accidentally hosting instead of Alex, we had instantly 190 viewers instantly. I'm like, holy moly. And I did know, and Nathan has mentioned that it's like when you've got a TikTok going viral, or like I've got going on right now, it's the best time to go on and go live. So that's why we're doing this, guys.
Yeah,
awesome.
Sure.
I did a live on TikTok that day, about 16 minutes. I have around 420 viewers.
Wow.
Well, that's good. That's a good start. Well, this is my second live, and both of them with Al. Yeah, so because they say you don't grow unless you step out of your comfort zone, right? So my story is basically the pandemic. This frigging pandemic, man. I worked for a tourism company, so you can imagine with the pandemic that went down, and our salaries were cut like 55%, almost 60%. And living in New York City, that was a tough one. That was really, really tough. Yeah, that was rough. But of course, that's where I even found out that affiliate marketing exists, because now you're on TikTok, because you're at home all day. What are you supposed to do? And initially, I didn't think anything of it. I would just scroll by. But then by the end of 2020, I no longer was with the company, and I was like, oh, what am I gonna do next? And I've already been working for 25 years, if not more. And I was like, am I ready? I'm in my 50s. I'm like, is this what am I going to go back to another 9 to 5 until I hit my retirement age? And I'm like, I don't want to do this. I need to do something different, And so that's where going back into TikTok and seeing all these different ways to, all these side hustles. So I looked a little bit into this and looked a little bit into that. And the one that seemed more interesting was affiliate marketing. And I thought, I should be able to do that. So bought the $7 course, then did the other 3, the 15-day challenge and the 3-day challenge. And then I was like, all right. And then I invested some money in one program, and then I invested some more money in another program. And the thing is that they're great programs. They really are. I have to say, all of them that I invested in, the information is amazing. You learn a lot. You understand the business model. But I was missing the hand-holding. I was missing to have someone to answer questions, to say, well, I know it says this, but am I getting it right? Is this what it means? So that whomever could say, yes, you're on the right track, or no, you're not getting that right. I was missing that. And when I met Daniel first, I started talking to him, and then got into Wealth Warriors, I was like, and this is what I was missing. This is it. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And they were a great addition to the great courses that I had invested in. Great courses. They're still very good. But the way they guide you step by step, and they slow you down when you're trying to go too fast. They call you out on your crap. They don't let you get away with stuff, and we need that. We need the guidance, but we also need the tough love, and they do an amazing job, and they're so patient. OMG, we're a group of we're like 100 people now, right? We're the Dream 100 team, And our what is it? Our Telegram group is like on fire all day long. There's a million questions that everybody is posting, and there's always an answer. Even if they've answered it 5 times before, they're like, well, we did just talk about this, but this is the answer. Or here's a link to a video so you can find out more about it. You know, it's like so patient, so like they understand where we're at because they were there, I guess, with you, Anthony, 2 years ago,
Mhm.
starting up, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, so I really, really appreciate that about them. And there's been moments that I've been ready to quit. I'm like, I don't think this is for me. I don't know if I can do this. There's just so much going on in this whole affiliate marketing, but they give you the encouragement to keep on going and the guidance. Yeah, I think they are the real deal. I'm really, really grateful to have gotten into this. And you know what's the best part? This is what I feel. I feel like we are getting in at the beginning of something super, super amazing.
Yeah.
And like I can't, like I'm so excited for 2023. I don't know, do you guys feel that way too? But I feel like
Oh yeah.
we're
Yeah,
like at the beginning
sure.
of, you know, like the whole when Bitcoin started, like we're at the beginning of it. And that's how I feel with the Wealth Warriors. Like we're at the beginning of this amazing thing. Even within the world of affiliate marketing, this is like next level affiliate marketing.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'm really excited. I am really, really excited. So our webinar coming up also as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because I'm just talking to somebody too right now that he just signed up for the webinar.
Mhm.
And you know, he was telling me that, you know, even though he is with somebody else, whatever the course is,
Mhm.
you know, he's really excited about what they have to offer so far, and that's just based off of, you know, their landing page, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, and that's the great thing I that I really enjoy about what Wealth Warriors is looking to do, right? Is because they're creating this coaching program in and of itself. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter what you're going to promote. I think a lot of us are probably still in different programs as well. I mean, I have a few. I have a mid-level and a lower level as well, and in a couple of the programs and stuff. But you know, I'm looking forward to continuing to learn from them on how to market and do affiliate marketing in a way of it doesn't matter what you're promoting.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I think in the group, a lot of us come from, like I said, a variety of programs. And that doesn't really, not that it doesn't matter, but, you know, they're going to show you how to do what you need to do to market that correctly.
Yeah.
Right. Because a lot of programs can show you certain things, but it's usually, and unfortunately, a lot of them are based on just that program.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, I think we've all seen different types where you're like, okay, well, and I think that's one of those biggest objections I think a lot of us face when we're talking to people or when we're doing our videos or whatever, is so you tell me what you're telling me is that I'm going to learn this course so I can then go out and just promote that course.
Yeah.
Right. I think, you know, and it's
Exactly.
yes and no, right? Because yes, you can. Doesn't mean you have to. No one's forcing you to all of a sudden this is all you're going to be able to promote, you know. And again, I think that's one of those misconceptions a lot of people realize or see because then they see those of us that are promoting the course. But that's because we believe so much in it, you know, just like
Yeah.
lawyers. I mean, we're already, you know, professing to what this is because we've been in it and we've been learning from them already. So why not? You know, and then that's what affiliate
Right.
marketing is, right? We're telling people, hey, I'm doing this, and this is the results I'm getting, and this is what I'm learning, and this is how I'm growing. And if you want to do the same, then this is what you can do as well,
Yeah.
right?
I
Ultimately,
actually
that's
have
what we're doing.
my dog groomer is actually going to attend the webinar, but she wants, that's her niche, right? She's into the dog grooming
Yeah.
and she has clothing and all that good stuff for dogs. And I was like, this would be perfect for you. So you wouldn't necessarily be, let's say, in the wealth niche. You know, her niche is that whole world of you know, having pets and dogs and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
there's so many things. Even in my conversation with her today, as I went to pick up my dog, and she was telling me about, you know, maybe you should try this product the next time that, you know, you're going to be baiting your dog. And I was like, then explaining to her, like, people trust you because you know what you're talking about. These are products that you use, that you can vouch for, and your clients love you and follow you. Why not include, as part of your dog grooming business, add affiliate marketing, as you know, in the niche of your grooming salon? And she was like, that it's a great idea. And so she's actually joining us on the webinar, so she can learn, like, you know, get those steps, what she can do to implement it into her grooming business, which is fantastic. Anyway, I'm really excited about this upcoming webinar because I know that, knowing Nate and Daniel, and how generous they are with their knowledge and all their experience, they're going to be sharing a whole lot of golden nuggets. And yeah, whoever gets on that live is going to really benefit of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Al, for the TikTok video, I heard you mention that you did try one of the video 2 times before the third one is successful, is it? So you can share with us what's your experience, how you feel?
So, you know, the first 2 times I copied, I think, more than I modeled. And so that's what I learned, I think, from that. This time I used a lot of the same words, but I flipped them around a little bit and used my own words. And then I actually took 2 separate videos that I modeled and took, like, affiliate links, what, you know, or the hashtags that they used. And I think that was the key on that particular one, is the particular hashtags, because I'm getting away from the hashtags with the 2022, and I'm doing the 2023, just like Nate had said earlier on one of our calls. You know, it's like, hey, start breaking down that, you know, affiliate marketing or entrepreneurs 2023, because now you're breaking that great big thing down to a smaller views. And I think that was the key.
Okay, but the words on the video itself, does it matter?
Oh, I believe it does. I believe it does. And you know, this is a thing that Natasha and I talked about on the last live, is the copywriting, you know. And that's one awesome thing about the blueprints with Legendary, is there's a module on copywriting that I haven't tackled yet. That's one of the things that I need to get better at. I mean, with my 32 years in the military and all the presentations I had to do in front of admirals and higher ups, is like, you know, I needed to have somewhat of a good knowledge, or, you know, good copy. But that was, you know, that was stuff that I knew, you know, that military stuff. I knew what I was doing. You know, same thing with affiliate marketing. I'm finally now getting comfortable with, and I'm believe in what I am promoting. And that's the other key, right? We need to believe in what we promote, because if we don't believe in it in ourselves, then how are we going to tell someone else that, you know, what we've got is the, you know, the nicest thing since sliced bread, right? So and yeah, the Wealth Warriors and our elite income empire right now is hot. I mean, I'm excited about it. You know, probably all of us here are part of the Freedom Accelerator as well. I mean, that's some awesome stuff there as well. And what I liked too, I know I'm getting a little bit off from the question that you asked me, but Anthony got me fired up on this too. Is how Nathan and Daniel said, listen, we're not going to allow anybody to badmouth any program out there. You know, if this is what you're about, then we don't need you. And so it opens it up to be any program out there. MCS, Legendary Marketer. Let's see, what's the other one? Some profitable blueprint, whatever it is. I don't remember what the name of that one was, but I also have a lead on Facebook right now, Anthony. Same thing, where the guy has been in affiliate marketing. He's actually going through a course. He didn't tell me which one it was, which was okay. He didn't want to tell me, and I was okay with that. But I told him that that this webinar on Monday is gonna blow his mind, and it's gonna show him that the wealth warriors in our team is all about helping. My mission statement is helping other people achieve financial and time freedom by working smarter, not harder. And the way we're doing that is by this coaching with these two awesome mentors.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, if I can just touch on, I want to say, the thing too about what I'm looking forward to is because I feel like I'm a pretty good copywriter. I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of my Facebook posts. I can get a little long-winded as well, just like the way I talk. And I try to keep them short. I played around the different variations, short form, longer form, storytelling. I enjoy doing all that. For me, so a lot of times I know in these short form content that a lot of us are going to now, whether it's TikTok, or Reels or IG or whatever. I'm just trying to kind of narrow down those like keywords that you were talking about, Alex, like what you're actually saying in those videos. Those words are important, right? Because we all know the structure of it, right? Hook, story, offer kind of thing. So it's about finding that right hook, and then giving something of value, offering a little bit more, and then the call to action, right? And all that can be in just that one video or that one post, but it's learning about what exactly do you put in there, And I know a lot of people do struggle with content, and I'm creating some little bonuses myself, trying to put together some content packages and stuff, because I think that's where I think a lot of people oftentimes like, well, what do I write about, whatever. And Alex and I were talking, because I said, well, for me, the lives are the same thing, and I got to get out of my head with that. It's like, well, what do I talk about? I have so much information to talk about, right? It's ridiculous of what the content I have, and I just have to keep remembering that, and all these little tips and tricks that I have about being able to split content, take one thing and multiply it, right? But it is important, I think, what you're writing, like you were saying earlier, Alex, about the SEO part of TikTok now, right? Just within the descriptions, all the different words you're using and things that are searchable now, it's going to push the algorithm, and then the hashtags, right? I mean, that simple little tweak, like you said, take out 2023 because you're limiting it, and I know before they used to tell you go long, right? Write long hashtags, and now they're kind of like, okay, no, well, now TikTok's looking at shorter ones. So, and again, if you don't have people telling you these things, like the coaches we have, like Nacho and other people that are going to be in the Wealth Warriors, the elite income, right, as well, is that you don't have these people telling you these little things, because they're the ones that are in there studying the algorithm. They're the ones that are learning from where they're learning it from as well, and then again giving back to us, to the beginners, to the people kind of in the middle like us, or maybe a little even more advanced. I mean,
Yeah.
you hear Jonathan Montoya and all these guys, and Daniel Nate, who are constantly going out and investing and reinvesting for themselves to learn these things from people who obviously are higher than they are, and learning how to do that. I look up to Jonathan because, I mean, two-time two Comic Club award winner, and it's like, geez, but he's like, I want to get to the 100K, or the 100 million, he's like, I want those awards. So he goes out and invests hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then creates, Accelerator, and everything else that he does. And so it's, and then being with Nate and Daniel, and again, seeing them, right? And I think for the longest time, I said to myself, and I think I even mentioned it to Daniel, when are you going to create something? Because you guys have something with this
Yeah.
that a lot of other groups, and I've seen groups, and I've joined a few as far as just kind of seeing what they're about and whatnot. They still lack this key ingredient, I think, that Daniel and Nate kind of tapped into as far as being able to translate and give back what they're learning and what they've learned, right? And go from there. Whether it's
Yeah.
TikTok, which Nate is really good at, Daniel's good at the Facebook part of it, and even Reels and all those things, and then YouTube, right? So that's my next tackle as well.
Next
I've been
endeavor.
saying I wanted to get into, and and
Yeah.
for me, it's again, I like to talk, and you guys can probably tell that, and I probably take up too much of your time, but on YouTube, I could do that. I could talk forever, right?
Yeah. The good
And I
thing
want
I
to do
like
interview.
about
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was gonna say the good thing. What I like, I think the key with Daniel and Nathan and Wealth Warriors in general is the courses that we signed up for, that we've invested in. Really, really good courses. A lot of great info. Gets you to understand the business model and all the things and all the different components of it. But what Daniel and Nate bring to the table is the in real life aspect of it. So what's happening now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because courses have been recorded a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. But when it comes to what's happening now, what's trending now on TikTok, how is the algorithm? How has the algorithm changed in the past month? What is the newest way to do X, Y, Z? And that's what we're getting with the Wealth Warriors. So you have the course that really breaks down the whole affiliate marketing business for you. But then you have Daniel and Nate and the other coaches that are coming with the real life, current, trending today. Okay, you know what? Let's no longer do it that way. Let's do it this way now, because this is what's working. And I think that is the diamond right there. Just the fact that we can learn the methods, but then constantly getting updates. It's like the iPhones updating every so often, right? We're getting
Right.
constant updates that once
Yeah.
you buy a program, a lot of times you don't get anymore, right? Because it's recorded, it's done. You got the workbook, and now go and do it. And we're getting live updates continuously, and I think that's precious,
Mhm.
precious.
It's kind of like, when you go to school, university or high school or anything like that, you have to have a book, right? And the book's going to
Mhm.
explain things or tell you, but then you need the teacher to explain to you what that book is saying, right?
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
have these programs and
absolutely.
these courses, which are great. And again, each and every one of them that we've mentioned are amazing courses, amazing
Yeah,
programs. But to have the ability to have people explain to you, okay, well, this is what they're talking about. And again, they're not in all of these programs; they're in most of them, or a few of them.
yeah,
But
yeah.
they know the basics. And recently, I was on I attended a webinar series, and one of the guys mentioned, hey, he himself doesn't like using the word affiliate marketing. He's like, because technically we're marketers. We're in marketing. Affiliate portion of it is just because we affiliate ourselves with other companies and promote their products, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
ultimately we're learning marketing. So and then that's what I like about what Daniel and Nate are doing. Say, look, we're going to teach you marketing,
Marketing.
right? And you can affiliate for whoever you want, but
Yeah,
we're going to show you
exactly.
all, like you said, all the trends, all the tips, all the hacks, everything that you need to know to find success for yourself, no matter what it is that you're doing. Because again, I think a lot of us are building our own personal brand, so we're not
Yeah,
necessarily relying on, okay, I am an affiliate marketer for such and such.
yeah,
No, I'm in a market, I'm in a marketer, and I affiliate for these companies, but ultimately it's my face, my brand, because you're following me,
yeah.
right? And what I have to give back.
True.
And I think that's what a lot of people starting off don't realize too. They just, again, unfortunately, some videos and things show them, oh, you can just, do this and affiliate
Yeah.
for this, for Amazon, affiliate for Nike, and affiliate. trust me, I did those videos too, right?
Yeah.
But
But you know, it's
yeah, well,
interesting because even I did not realize how much marketing I was learning. And I think I shared this with Al on our call on our live a couple of days ago, because I have two friends of mine are working on starting a business in the destination wedding industry. And so we were just brainstorming and chatting, but I was like, oh, but you need to do this, and then you need to do this, and did you think about this? And as I'm talking, they're like, wow, we didn't realize you know so much. And I was like, I didn't realize I knew so much either. But it's
I,
everything that I've been learning these last couple of months,
yeah,
working with Nate and Daniel, and just understanding what we're doing and why we're doing it. And I was like, I'm sharing all this with them, and I'm like, oh wow, I've come a long way from when I started a few months ago. So you're right, you know, the affiliate component is just a part of it, but the skills we're learning, the marketing skills to be applied in any which way you want, is just priceless. You take that with you, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's indeed like one of the most incredible things. And you really don't realize how much you're learning until you look back and you're like, oh wow, okay, I
Yeah.
got this.
Yeah, I had a similar conversation, believe it or not, with a family law lawyer, a friend of mine,
Hmm.
and it kind of started off more about like TikTok and stuff, but I was explaining so much to him about marketing in general and all these things, and I said, well, who do you have, and what do you guys do now, and he was showing me. I'm like, okay, that's not bad, but you could do this. Try doing that. And then I said, well, let's go on TikTok. We went on TikTok, and I said, let's just search family
Uh,
law, da da da. And all these people started popping up. I'm like, look, all these people, look what they're doing. Right? He's like, I never thought I could do that. Like, who would like? I'm a family law lawyer, right? So,
yeah,
what do I have? I'm all, dude, you can. There's so much you have to offer. And again, like you said, my mind was blown that I even knew how to tell somebody this,
yeah,
right? And I
yeah,
think that's the difference with a lot of us is that because of what we're learning and the passion we have for it, when someone asks us about it, you know, they hear it in us. They can hear. I had a conversation with a guy I knew for many years. We hadn't really seen each other for a long time. He saw me. He saw my posts on Facebook, and he was thinking about getting affiliate marketing. And we had this hour-long Zoom conversation. And he was like, "Oh my God, Anthony!" He was like, "You're pumping me up," and da da da. And you know, you know so much, and I'm like, damn, I didn't think I did, right? But you know, to be able to explain it to somebody, and he's like, the passion you have when you talk about it, I can tell that you really, this is something that you're deep into. And I said, I am, you know, this is
mhm.
like you said, Tosh, I've wanted to quit countless times, right? But something was
I
always
hear
driving
you.
me. And then when you're in
Yeah,
a group like Wealth Warriors, where you know, I
yeah,
literally reached out to Daniel one time. I said, "Hey, bro, I'm struggling." Da, 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 da. He's all, keep coming to the Q and A's." And then you know, he was telling me about all of this that was going on, that was about to happen. I said, "Okay, I'm there. You know, I've been
yeah.
with you, brother, for a while now, and I'm not going anywhere." But you know, just again having that community and that support, I think is what, you know, for us, for me at least too, is really helped
Yeah.
me turn things around.
Absolutely. I remember I once texted Daniel and I was like, I'm stuck with, you know, XYZ, and um I guess I'll just ask these questions in the next live call that we were gonna have. And he was like, no, no, no. Are you busy? Do you have time in the next 15 minutes? I'm like, yes, I'll have time for you, Daniel. And he literally made time for me, and we were on a Zoom for almost an hour. He's like, okay, listen, let me break it down for you. This is what I need you to do for now. Don't think about A, B, and C. Don't worry about that right now. Just focus on this. And he broke it down for me, and I'm like, this guy has so many people, you know, just vouching for his time. And he sees that I'm struggling, and he stops what he's doing. He's like, okay, come on, you and I, let's talk for a minute. And we spent almost an hour on a Zoom call where he was just walking me through the things that I need to focus on right now, and taking away the overwhelm, to not, you know, not get overwhelmed with all the different, you know, aspects of it, but just focus on these three things. He says, I want you to do this, and then you do it this, and then you do this, and then when you finish and you get comfortable with that, we'll continue to the next step. But that kind of guidance and hand holding and support is rare. You know, I'm a life coach, and I told Dan, I said, Daniel, I want to be a coach like you when I grow up, because Yeah, he really gives you as a client the feeling that he cares, that he's going to make the time to help you, guide you, you know, get you from point A to point B. And that's what anyone can just ask for, right? From a good coach. So yeah, I'm really excited for what's to come. What's our next topic, Alex?
Unfortunately, Bruce was supposed to come, but he said he can only make it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
So
Tomorrow
might
is
have to
also going to be a
continue.
good day.
Well,
so if you are okay for tomorrow, same time.
yeah, I mean, my goal has been to try and get online at least every day until Monday for sure.
Yeah.
And whether we have one or two, or and what would be nice if we can figure out how to have, because I don't think we're co-hosting, right? You can do like 4 or 5 co-hosts, I think, because I think right now it's just Alex being the host, and then we're just joined in, I think.
Okay.
Which isn't a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal, but
because if co-hosting can spread the word even more, then we should do that.
That's right. Well, exactly, because now we'd be drawing off from all 4 of our communities, you know. So
yeah. I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of know-how in TikTok Live, so I don't really know how it works.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? You got more than you think. I've been watching your stuff. just like I didn't think, you know what, and until I talked to Daniel and Nathan both privately, they're like, you know, start, you know, doing the research and finding those top videos. And this was one video that I found that was on the top of the list, and and so I just got to push harder on that. But I know this is Alex. Alex is the host on here, but I haven't seen my wife all day, so I think she's just finishing up on her Zumba class tonight. So, Alex, do you have anything more for us, brother?
That's all.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you for pulling this together, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you,
and if there's anyone out there still wondering more and wanting to know more about affiliate marketing, I guess you have the link in your bio, Alex, right? To register for the webinar on Monday. Yeah. So the webinar is going to be 90 minutes of pure gems on starting, building, growing your affiliate marketing business. And these are 2 amazing coaches that have a wealth of knowledge and are very generous in sharing that information. So don't miss out on that opportunity. Sign up and join us on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And there's going to be loads and loads of great information.
Sorry, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a Spanish person joining us.
Video popped up.
Shall we do one more tomorrow?
Yeah.
Sure, we can do one tomorrow. And I think what we should do is figure out how we can co-host.
Yeah, so that way we can.
I guess we have some Googling to do.
Yeah. No, yeah, we'll definitely we figure that out, so that way, like you were saying, that way we can all get our people to join, because I think there's a way we could share it too, but then we'd have to share it to everybody that we want to, instead of just, you know, TikTok telling people, hey, so and so's live.
Okay.
You know.
Good.
So.
Alrighty, we'll figure it out for tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
It was great chatting with you guys. Have a good evening.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks. You guys have a good night.
Guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
How do I get out?